People don't like uncertainty because when they approach it, most of the time they default to fear. It's like a chain reaction. That's because of control. We need to look at uncertainty more as a huge window of opportunity. When you approach it without fear, you're embracing opportunity. There's a lot more opportunity to come with uncertainty rather than if you approach it without fear. But if you approach it with fear, you shut down all those extra opportunities. How do you get out of your fear? He says, being able to surrender and knowing everything in front of you, everything ahead of you is going to work out as it should no matter what. There's no reason to fear of being uncertain if is this going to work or not, or how is it going to work. Again, that's where the control comes in. So surrender from needing control. And instead of needing control in those moments of uncertainty, listen to your heart and feel. Just feel it out, and you'll feel which way you should go, which way you shouldn't go, and then you'll be more decisive. When you feel stronger, when you feel, you'll be more decisive. And that in itself gives you power, but it's that personal self-loving power. Surrender to the fact that there are a lot of opportunities ahead of you all the time. Uncertainty can make you feel, it can make you scared, and it can make you shut down. Find ways to be more decisive so you don't default to fear. Sometimes if you don't know what to do, don't do anything at all. Just chill and feel. He says, feel it out first. Feel it out. Feel it out. And what feels better? He says, that'll help you make your decisions. That'll help you be more decisive. And if people are rooted in being more decisive, they'll be more successful. They won't kind of crumble to feeling uncertain. Certainty can come from ego. When I need certainty, I need answers. I need control. That's a very egocentric, ego-based concept for the most part, he says. So again, a whole another lesson in detaching from ego in itself. Surrendering helps you do that. Surrender from the ego to be able to connect more to the way you feel. There are divine orders that are already written. He says that's that contract that we always talk about. Some of you, he says, have the capability of surrendering to that and knowing life is going to continue one way or another as it's supposed to, as it's in my contract. A lot of you can surrender to that knowing, well, I don't always have to have control because my divine contract is already written, so I'm always going to have what I need to achieve that contract. But it's the human part of us that needs the understanding, that needs control over thoughts and over emotions and decisions. He wants everybody to hear this too. He says, sometimes you have to understand, even a loving mother, you don't have permission to change anybody's journey. That's really only up to God's source. So as hard as that is for you guys to hear, he says, know that you're here for your journey. You're here for your experience. Now, here's destiny. He says, you're going to achieve that destiny no matter what. But then you're given, he calls it the wild card, and that wild card is free will to change the colors of your path along the way. But ultimately, he says, you're never given permission to change anybody's journey. In those moments when you're uncertain of how things are going to play out or what you should or shouldn't do to help someone, follow your heart first. Feel where your heart is first. Do what your heart tells you to do. And then know that sometimes that's all you can do. Needing certainty comes from ego. So surrender to life, he says. Let life happen. It'll be so much more enjoyable if you do.